It was in a tent in this parking lot where Ralph Threet took his last breath.
I hope I can shine some light on it.
The 65-year-old was living at the city's safe sleeping site at 20th and B in Golden Hill. The medical examiner says he was found decomposing on a cot last September.
What was sad was that nobody even knew who he was or if he belonged here, because somebody said, he came in just to crash.
Team 10 learned about Threet's death after getting a tip the senior had been dead for days before anyone noticed. Now, more than 6 months later, we finally know how he died. Team 10 has obtained the man's autopsy report. In it, the medical examiner rules his death an accident caused by fentanyl and meth. The medical examiner says drug paraphernalia, including foil, a pipe, and a torch, were in Threet's tent. Tragically, the autopsy says a foul odor is what led to the discovery of his body. Months after his death, some in the homeless community are still shaken.
We're out here. All we have is each other, you know what I mean?
Sherry Coleth says she moved into the safe sleeping site last October.
There's been people that passed away since then.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? A woman passed away from a hernia, and I heard her screaming in the middle of the night.
That woman isn't the only person who's passed away. In total, including Threet, the city says there have been 4 deaths at its safe sleeping sites. Coleth says she recently got evicted from the site after she says she was wrongfully accused of selling drugs. The city told us she was removed for violating a code of conduct. I asked her what it was like living at the site.
I just don't feel safe. There's people that you don't even know that are in there. They don't do a background check on you.
Krisha Marquis has been sleeping in the Golden Hill parking lot since January.
This place provides a safe environment for people who don't have another place to go.
She's a fierce advocate of her temporary home and the Dreams for Change nonprofit that runs it.
On the street, I guarantee you there are more homeless deaths out there unaccounted for than there are in here.
Marquis says the safe sleeping site is better run than the transitional housing she was living in. The city told Team 10 the safety and well-being of the homeless is the program's top priority. In a statement, spokesperson Matt Hoffman says contracted staff members are always working to balance respect for a person's privacy with their safety and well-being. He says regular wellness checks are conducted, and out of an abundance of caution, staff have implemented more thorough procedures to make sure everyone is doing okay. He adds when someone enters the site, they sign a code of conduct agreeing not to use drugs and alcohol. Hoffman called the city's 2 sleeping sites a lifeline to 500 people. To suggest sleeping on the streets is safer than these sites is flat out inappropriate, he said. Dreams for Change told Team 10 it's committed to the well-being of its participants. Our staff is always responsive to their needs and takes appropriate action based on the situation and the individual's wishes if they are in distress, the nonprofit said in a statement, adding, sadly, we have had people pass away on our sites. As you know, the death of a single unhoused person is a tragic loss. While we understand this is a reality all service providers experience, our focus remains on doing everything we can to prevent such incidents and ensure the safety of our participants.
I just hope that his family or his friends just are doing okay, and I hope that if, somebody has to mourn him, you know what I mean?
Back outside the safe sleeping site, Coleth is speaking out.
Just because we're homeless doesn't mean we're lost people,
Giving a voice to a man whose story will live on with those who call these tents home. Austin Grabish, Team 10.